Number 7. The lagging body glitch. Imagine walking through your hallway, totally normal. When your foot clips the edge of a carpet you swear wasn't there 5 seconds ago. For a split second, your body performs the least graceful dance move ever invented, somewhere between tripping, moonwalking, and begging gravity for mercy. And then, once you regain your balance, you immediately look around like, did anyone see that? No? Good. I meant to do that. What happened here isn't clumsiness. Well, not just clumsiness. It's a weird neurological delay scientists still can't fully pin down. Your brain takes in a ridiculous amount of information every second. Vision, sound, balance, proprioception, which is just a fancy word for, where are my legs right now? And every now and then, all that data arrives out of sync like a group project where everyone turned in their part at different times. So your body moves confidently based on old information, while your brain is like, actually surprise, the floor is slightly not where you think it is. This creates a temporary lag spike, basically the biological version of your Wi-Fi dying for half a second. You move forward with the confidence of perfect coordination, only to discover your nervous system is buffering. Scientists know delayed sensory processing is involved, but the randomness of when and why it happens, still a mystery. Your brain recovers so fast that by the time you think, what was that? Whoa. It's already patched the error like nothing happened. And of course, the human reaction is to pretend it didn't happen, even though you just had a full-body survival spasm in your own living room. At least your ancestors used these reflexes to avoid predators. You use yours to avoid stepping on your own backpack. Basically, your nervous system is a high-speed precision machine, with occasional dial-up moments. Number 6. Phantom notifications. You know that feeling when your pocket vibrates, except your phone isn't even in there? Or it's on the table? Or you don't even own a phone with vibration mode because you turned it off years ago? Congratulations, you've experienced one of humanity's strangest modern glitches, phantom vibrations. This one is extra weird because scientists don't agree on the root cause. Some think it's your brain's pattern recognition system going way too hard. Your nervous system gets so used to the idea that a buzz equals social interaction or incoming info that it starts predicting it like a jumpy fortune teller. Other researchers think it's caused by tiny muscle spasms or signals in the skin that your brain misinterprets as the familiar bzzz and just rolls with it. Whatever the cause, the result is the same. You checking your phone like you're waiting for a message from destiny, only to discover absolutely nothing happened. Your brain basically pranked you with a false alarm. The funniest part? Phantom notifications aren't even new. Sailors used to report phantom waves, feeling the boat rock while standing on land. People who worked next to loud factory machines would hear the noise hours after clocking out. It's the old brain habit of clinging to patterns, even when the pattern is gone. And it happens most when you're stressed or tired, because that's when your brain becomes a conspiracy theorist about everything. You're expecting alerts, so your brain just invents them. Because why wait for reality when your nervous system can annoy you faster? Basically, phantom vibrations are like your brain sending you a text saying, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm trying my best. Number 5. Sleep start freefall. Picture this. You're drifting off. Warm, cozy, minutes from meeting the deepest nap of your career, when suddenly your entire body decides you're falling off a skyscraper. Your leg kicks. Your arms flail. You jolt awake like someone just unplugged you from reality. Welcome to the sleep start glitch, where your brain pranks you at the worst possible moment. Scientists call it a hypnic jerk, which sounds like an insult you'd throw at someone who steals your fries. But it's actually a weird neurological hiccup. Here's the fun part. Nobody fully agrees on why it happens. One theory says your brain misreads the relaxing of your muscles as, oh no, we're collapsing, send emergency kick. Another theory blames evolutionary leftovers, like your brain thinks you're a tree-dwelling primate who should not be falling out of a branch right now. Basically, you're lying in a soft, safe bed and your nervous system is acting like you're hanging off a cliff. The glitch gets even stranger when you consider how suddenly it happens. 1 second you're sinking into sleep, the next your brain slams the panic button like it spotted a ghost. Even weird microdreams can cause it, like taking one imaginary step off an invisible curb. Your body reacts instantly, like it's been preparing for that non-existent fall its entire life. And then comes the aftermath. The awkward, confused, half-awake moment where you're like, why did the universe just drop me? Followed by pretending everything is normal. It's the human version of tripping in public and pretending you meant to do it. In the end, the sleep start glitch is your brain trying to protect you from absolutely nothing. A heroic overreaction, starring your nervous system as the dramatic one in the relationship. Number 4. The name storage failure. You know that painful moment when someone introduces themselves and your brain immediately yeets their name into the void? Like, they say, hi, I'm David, and your neurons instantly respond with, cool, we're never remembering that. The name storage failure is one of the most universal human glitches ever, and scientists still can't completely explain it. Sure, Psychology says names are arbitrary labels, not tied to visual or logical cues, which makes them harder to encode, but that doesn't fully explain why your brain tosses names out faster than expired leftovers. One theory? Your attention system is trash at multitasking. When someone introduces themselves, your brain is focusing on eye contact, first impressions, tone, social rules, and whatever awkward thing your hands are doing. The actual name gets about 2 seconds of processing time before your memory is like, we're full, goodbye, day. Another theory says your brain prioritizes meaning over words, occupations, hobbies, vibes, those stick. But Dave? That's just a tag floating in the cerebral abyss. So unless you attach it to something memorable, David likes dinosaurs, your brain doesn't bother filing it. There's also the pressure factor. The more you try to remember the name, the worse you get at remembering the name. It's like your brain panics and shreds the paper right after writing it down. And of course, when the moment comes that you need the name, your brain hands you nothing but the emotional equivalent of a blank screen. Then you spend the rest of the conversation praying someone else says it out loud. Name storage failure proves one thing: your brain is a supercomputer that can store thousands of songs, every embarrassing memory you've ever had, and the plot of every Marvel movie, but a 2-syllable name? Not a chance. Number 3, the random memory ambush. You'll be minding your own business, buttering toast or tying your shoes, when your brain suddenly yeets a random, embarrassing memory into your consciousness at full volume. Not a meaningful memory, not a life lesson. No, your brain chooses something like that time in primary 5 when you waved back at someone who wasn't waving at you. Why now? No idea, but your brain apparently thinks this is premium entertainment. These memory ambushes are one of psychology's strangest mysteries. They're not exactly flashbacks, not daydreams, not stress responses, just rogue mental pop-ups. Scientists know they come from the brain's default mode network, the system that kicks in when you're not focused on a task. It's basically your mind wandering around unsupervised, rummaging through old files like a bored raccoon. But why it picks certain memories and not others, that's the part we still don't fully understand. It's not always tied to trauma, or unresolved issues, or anything dramatic. Sometimes your brain just picks chaos. Maybe a smell, a sound, a gesture triggered something tiny. Or maybe your neurons just spun the wheel of cringe and let it rip. The best part is how your body reacts. You physically wince, shake your head, or mutter why under your breath like it's a personal attack, which, honestly, it kind of is. It's self-sabotage delivered by your own neural architecture. One theory suggests these ambushes might be your brain reorganizing memories, like housekeeping. Another says your brain is rehearsing social mistakes to make you avoid them in the future. But this makes no sense because you're not exactly going to benefit from the memory of the time you said you too to a waiter who told you to enjoy your meal. Basically, the human brain is powerful, elegant, and capable of great creativity, and also just loves jump-scaring you with your own past whenever it gets bored. Number 2, the time-dilation stutter. Ever have a moment where time feels like it just hiccuped? You glance at a clock, the second hand pauses a little too long, and for a split moment you wonder if you unlocked a glitch in the simulation. This is called chronostasis, also known as your brain editing reality in real time, which is both hilarious and slightly unsettling. Here's the short version. Your brain lies to you to make your life feel smoother. When you shift your attention quickly, like snapping your eyes to a clock, your brain temporarily stops recording new visual information while your eyes are in motion. That tiny blind moment is supposed to be seamless, but sometimes, the brain makes up the missing time and extends the first thing you see afterward, so the second hand on a clock looks like it froze for a heartbeat. The wild thing is that scientists understand parts of this, but not the whole picture. We know the brain fills in gaps. We know it tries to create continuity. But how it decides what to stretch, what to shorten, and how long to backfill reality, that's still blurry. And it's not just clocks. Time dilation hits when you're startled, when you hear sudden loud noises, when you're anxious, or even when someone calls your name. Moments stretch or compress like your brain is messing with the playback speed of your life. You experience a fraction of a second as something longer or shorter than it really is. Your brain basically acts like a panicked video editor trying to make your perception look continuous, even though it loses frames all the time. And the result is this bizarre hiccup in your sense of time, a glitch where reality feels like it lagged just long enough for you to notice. It's a reminder that your sense of time isn't actually real. It's constructed, improvised, and occasionally held together with psychological duct tape. Number 1, the who just controlled my body? Move! There's this moment, everyone's had it, where your body does something before you decide to do it. You catch a falling object way too fast. You jerk your hand away from something hot before you even register pain. You answer someone with a nod you didn't consciously choose. Or you say, thanks, you too, to a cashier wishing you a nice meal and immediately wonder what puppet master part of your brain took over. This is the action before awareness glitch, and it's one of the weirdest things about being human. Your brain has multiple processing systems running at once, and not all of them bother to inform you, the conscious narrator, about what's happening. In fact, a lot of your actions are handled by automatic neural circuits that operate faster than your thinking mind ever could. So when you react instantly, it's not a superpower. It's the equivalent of your brain saying, "No time to explain, just trust me," and dragging your body into motion. Scientists understand some of how this works: reflex arcs, premotor activation, predictive coding, but the exact timing, the crossover between unconscious action and conscious awareness, and why certain behaviors auto-trigger while others don't, still fuzzy. One especially strange detail: research shows your body often initiates movement milliseconds before you consciously decide to move, which raises the hilariously uncomfortable question: are you even the one driving? Or is the conscious you basically just commentating on decisions your brain already made? To make things even stranger, your brain backfills the story. After the automatic action, it tells you, "Yep, that was totally your idea." Like a biological PR manager cleaning up a scandal, you react first, rationalize later, and walk away thinking you made a choice when you actually just rode along. It's a tiny, everyday existential crisis wrapped in a neat little glitch. Your brain doing things on your behalf, then pretending you were in charge. It's weird, slightly creepy, and also the reason you haven't dropped your phone or your dinner more times than you already have. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.